I want us to touch on your career now. I know, you covered briefly, but I want you to go into detail a bit more about it. So tell us, like, how did you start off on your first career? Did you migrate to this country? Did you have a career prior from coming? Have you always lived here? Give us a bit of background to you so that people understand. Because the thing is, if you've always lived here, people feel if you were born here, it's easy. If you've migrated, they tend to be like, okay, she's migrated, she's left the family, she's had to start all over, but she's doing great. Yeah. So encourage, especially now where we're in a season of Japa. You know what I mean?
Everyone wants to.
Everybody, let somebody know, empower somebody to talk them through your career journey, please.
So my mother dropped me in the UK on November 28th, 2008.
Wow.
Coming from back home. She's one of those...
Where is back home?
Cameroon, West Africa. So she's a type, master's, PhD, businesswoman, 15 streams of income kind of woman and all that. So she's always wanted the best for us. And I applied, I got a place at one of the universities in America, Houston University. It was even funded and everything, but for some reason I didn't feel it. I didn't want to go to America. And then she thought, should we try Britain? Because I was perfectly bilingual. I've always gone to school in English, though I come from a French background. So fast forward, got the visa, got the application, got the space, flight tickets bought. My mother decided, right, let me go and dump you there. So she took me to, it was not a friend. I thought it was a friend until I found out later it was not even her friend. It's a friend's friend who treated me like, oof, trash.
Whatever.
They gave me a corner in a room upstairs where I just sleep there. And my mom used to say to me, you will not die. It's okay. Just, you've come to go to school, focus on your school. It was hard. I remember the first day I went to uni, my first day at uni, she took her cab to the airport and I was taking my bus to school. Oh, I cried that I thought I was gonna die. I cried. I was, when you feel like it's a dream, like, okay, after the end of the day, maybe I'll get home, I'll see her. And years passed. All I had was my mom on the phone, making sure that I'm staying straight. Because trust me, when there is no mother that would drop her daughter if she has not equipped her. And that's when I understood my mom had equipped me for life. It was, battles that you don't even think you are ready for. I was I was 18. Came across all sorts of, these men with their big flashy cars. And at uni, I had friends that were like doing escorts.
Oh, wow.
And one even did the application for me once, and she was like, send me some pictures randomly. I said, okay, pictures, take pictures. And then she was like, your profile got accepted. I said, profile in what? She was like, there are these Arab guys, Saudi Arabia. They pay money for girls. Oof, I did not know, but
to do what exactly?
The fear of my mother will not let me.
No, wait. Expatiate on that bit. No. I need to know because she said escort. I get.
Then also I thought I was naive. Then coming from back home, all I was focusing was my shoes, my flats. Because then I moved. I told my mom I can't cope. I'll die of depression in that woman's room. Where you come back, there's barely food left for you, and you do the dishes. Nobody cares about you. They don't know if you're home. And then she started stories, like she was telling my mom I go out too much and flirt. She's seeing me flirt with men in the streets and all these kind of stories. And my mother, she would be like, I didn't send you there for that. What's going on? I was like, please, can I go and just be somewhere by myself? Like, I'll tell you what I tell you. If you want to know, you know. If you don't want to know, just leave it, And these friends this one applied, and she said to me, your profile has been accepted. And she was showing me, I did not grasp it. It did not make sense then. She was like, this one, they pay from £10,000 a day, a night. And then there were these ones that will pay 20K a week. And then they don't tell you what for until you accept the profile. And then you go and find out what you're actually being paid for. So I said to her, no, you accept and go. Let me see what it's all about. So when they pay you the money, because my spirit was not settled with it. I was naive, and I know she knew I was naive, so she tried to take advantage, and then did that. She did it because I think her thing was she'll take the money anyways. So she accepted it, went like as me, and when she accepted the profile, I think the day she made the mistake to give me the login details, but I was like, I will not log in. I just want to know how the system works, you know, like, yeah. And when I logged in, I was like, okay, she'll go on a boat and sleep with him and maybe his friends, because his friends is in a bracket, you know, like the more nasty things you did, the more money you got.
Look at me, my mouth is hanging.
I was like, please. And she came back 3 days later. We didn't have lecture. It was a weekend, Wednesday, I think, or a Thursday or something during the week. She was so happy. She was like, oh, I got 15K. Oh, my. I was like, where's my share? You going to like using my name, girl? You know? She was like, I only have 5K for you. I was like, please send. Whatever you did, I don't really care. Just, you know, like, bank details. Yes, what code, account number? Come on.
Transfer.
Send it. Whatever
share me.
And she did. She liked it, but then I just said to her, just delete my profile because I'm not.
It's your image, it's your person.
Thank you. Internet does not forget. So.
Yeah, and she's not bearing any risk per se because it's somebody else's.
It's her career. She acts like she's in uni, but she's not.
You know. So, but you're the face of it. She's quite smart, actually.
The thing I realized is she was a recruiter for the agency, the escort girl agency. So she was not even a student.
Oh, wow.
It took me 3 years to realize that, though, because she never graduated.
Wow.
Never in exams, never in...
Oh, wow.
So that was an experience. I never told my mom. I was like, my mom should not hear this kind of thing.
No, you can't tell an African mother this. Are you playing?
She will die. You know, like, because she was sending me money and looking after me.
The child that she's, hey, God.
She trusted me, and then she got me a flat. I got this flat in Peckham, for those who know London.
Oh, so you were in London then?
Yeah, I was in London then,
right.
Southeast.
I was saying that was quite advanced for Manchester.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
I went to Manchester for family affairs, for life. So, finished that era of my life. I graduated.
In what? What was your discipline?
Oh, I specialized in business administration.
Okay.
HR and marketing.
Okay.
Managed to get a 1.2.
Ooh, well done.
I didn't think I was smart then, but well, yeah. At least I went to school. While I went to school, I was doing a training in a hair salon. Okay. With some Jamaican ladies. Oh, I was a slave. I didn't do training. It was slavery. But guess what? I learned a lot. I did learn in the process. It built skin on me. I think that's when my skin started building, that nothing in this country is for granted, and because people are black like you doesn't mean anything.
They will use you the most.
That's even when you think this is my sister, my auntie, forget that. It's just story. So yeah, I learned that. And then in the 2011, I met my then husband and got pregnant, moved to Manchester with my first daughter. She's going to be 13 now. And then I decided, you know, when you're just sat at home, I didn't say my student visa had expired. Okay. Because I was pregnant then. This guy was telling me, you can't leave the country with my daughter. He was British, obviously. Okay. And he was like, you can't leave the country with my daughter.
Back step a bit. When you say British, Caucasian British or black?
African.
African British.
Yeah, African British.
We just need to.
Yeah, no, there's a difference. Definitely. It makes the story. So yeah, so I was being looked for at some point by immigration. Okay. And my sister came to the country before I moved to Manchester. She was living with me at some point, and God bless her soul, I abandoned her in the house there, and I said, I'm moving with my boyfriend then. And I thought I was in love. You know, when you just met someone, he's paying for your nails, he's paying for your hair.
He's treating you like a baby.
Yeah, exactly. You're thinking, this guy has money and all that. And then you go find out even the kind of things he's doing to get the money. But you're too far in, because then I realized, I'm pregnant. Okay, at least I finished school. I didn't tell my mom I was pregnant. I didn't even tell her about it. I told her about the guy. She was like, if I hear, go and focus, right? You finished your BSc now. I want you to do a master's. I want you to be someone in life. I want you to be a woman that matters. And my mom talk, self-talk, and all that. For me, I was already going left when she was trying to make me go right. So yeah, got pregnant, and then abandoned my sister, or more, yeah, in the house. My mom was paying the house for both of us.
Both of you, yeah.
I left her there. My mom kept paying rent and blah, blah, blah. She finished her studies as well. She had come for her BSc.
Okay.
And at that point, my mom, there was a kind of mother that had our lives all
planned out,
mapped out. And my sister was the one that followed the plans. I was the rebellious one.
The
I'm
black
the oldest.
Yeah, we know your type.
Exactly. And I'm like, older sister just doing her life anyhow. I was like, I told my mom, at least I've gone to school now. Like,
what else do you want from me? Mom, take a chill pill.
Exactly. I can't find job. That was my excuse then. I was not even looking. I was like, fine babe with degree in the pockets. You know. But then I was doing, I found a salon then before I moved to Manchester. I was pregnant, was getting paid like for the chair and all that. And then I was like, what kind of life is this even, you know? And then my boyfriend then decided, let's move to another city to focus and, you know, build our family life. I was like, Oga loves me. Okay, let's go. You know, like, we just chose Manchester.
Daddy said we should move.
No,
Daddy said we're going.
And out of the blues, I told my mother, I'm moving. And my sister, you will sort yourself out. And she finished. And my mom shipped her off to Turkey for her MBA. I was like, okay, go to school, girl. Me, I'm doing married woman. I'm going to be a mom. You know? I thought it was a thing there.
You're moving with LOML. Love of my life.
You showed me shaggy.
Promax.
So at that time, then pregnant, we moved to Manchester. It was hard. I was doing the viewings with a heavy belly, and he found a job. He was always gone to work, and you know, you think at that point, that's life. You know, like
this is it.
Yeah, this is it now. Let's just do it. Found a church. I was going to Christ Embassy. Then it was 10 minutes walk from my house, and I took refuge there. I was like, that's where I want to be, you know. And I got accepted by the women a lot because I look vulnerable as well. I look like this naive young woman. What's wrong with her? So I gave birth to my little girl. They did a nice baby shower for me. I had all the love and everything. And I got so involved in church. I joined everything because, you know, like you're so lonely at home. It starts messing with your brain. No paper. I can't work. Where would I even go and look for a job? I'm a young mother and everything. And one night I went to choir practice, and with my little girl in the pushchair, I came back and he had locked the door. He said, he said, I stayed out too late. I said I was going to be back by 7 p.m. It's 11 p.m.
What?
She said, you're not coming in. And I rang this big sister from church. I was like, when I locked me out, I was crying. I was like, she came and knocked, begged.
He refused.
And I slept at her house that day.
What?
Red flag. Already, and you know, we see but we don't
red
see.
Flag.
That one was very bright, but me, love of my life, father of my child, you know.
Oh God.
That thing that blinds so many women. Don't let yourself blind. Be
blinded
by
God.
That. So my daughter was 2 years. Got pregnant with my second daughter. You know, when you've had all the red flags, your life is going around in circles, a vicious circle at that, and you feel like nothing is happening. You know, I was like, when will I apply for my papers? Promises upon promises. When will you go and marry me? Promises upon promises. You know, and then years are going and your life is just, I was like, I imagine my mother. I used to think of how so heartbroken. I was like, this is not the plan she had for me for sure. You know, to be sat in the house, being talked to like I'm trash,
like
being
nothing.
treated like it was. And then I got my second daughter. We moved house, because obviously family is growing, and the man is like, I'm working, saying he's provider. He'll travel when he wants. He has British passport, be gone anyhow, anytime.
And leave you there.
And leave me there with 2 little girls, and you're just there. Your self-esteem zero, self-love zero, self-development even zero,
minus zero.
You know, like just there. And I gave birth to my second girl, and then years just got by, and as you're growing, you're meeting different people, you're meeting different women, you're attending things, and then finally I applied for my paper. They gave me that 2.5 years or whatever it was. Then I got into care, the job every Black African woman thinks she needs to go for in this country. I was like, I have a degree. I had gotten my MBA thank God, from home. I got my master's from Open University. And I said to myself, you're not dumb. Like, why are you being, you know, let yourself being treated?
Crumbs?
Yeah. But you don't know that force. It's like that thing that just holds you down. Like the more you want to stay in that relationship, the more you feel like you're even being pressed.
I always say to people, if you're in a hostile family environment, if you're being abused or experiencing domestic violence, whatever shape or form, because there are different types of it, you cannot come out of it until you're mentally ready to come out of it.
Yeah.
Nobody can advise you.
No, you don't even hear.
You don't hear it.
You don't even listen.
You
don't even ask.
Even yourself, when you see yourself in that state,
you're like, oh, you will change.
Thank you.
I like that excuse. Such a stupid.
It will be better. I will pray. God will touch his heart.
Yes.
You know.
And I used to go to church that time. All my my prayer subject was, God, change my husband. I'm not even married yet though. I'm like, change my husband. Change. I'm telling you. And years went by.
That's it. And God will be like, I'm telling you, this thing is a dead end. What are you doing? This is not my plan for you.
And then my mother found out. She spoke to me. She's like, I don't feel this guy. I said, me, you have
this is the
kids.
Hey, 2 months after 2. Where will I go? Take
Look
me.
at me.
You
went back home. He did all the marriage rites. Oh, hell break loose.
Oh, so you married?
Yes.
He went to marry you?
Yes. So after 10 years. After 7 years together. Oh, all hell broke loose.
Let me ask you something there. When he married you, did you feel like a win? That finally?
No.
You didn't. So you knew at that point that?
I felt like, you were selling your soul, now you've actually sold it.
What? So you were self-aware to an extent, but you just didn't have enough strength to come out of it yet.
And even on my wedding day, my mom was like, you can come out of this.
Wow.
I'll support you. The girls, I'll look after you. I'll be there for you. You can leave them with me. Build your life. Me.
No.
The cotton gold is like...
You were not ready.
I knew in my heart, but you know where... Unless, like you say, if you don't make the move, the move will not make itself. I said, no, don't worry, mommy, it'll be fine. It'll be fine was with the mouth. Because
but
my
your heart.
2019, that was a wedding. Oh, by 20, I was in hell, living in hell. 21, I was in hell, living in, like, it not even go too far, 21. Then point started where I was like, my kids were now reporting at school. My little girls were now reporting what was going on at school. And that was the breaking point. Because then... No,
babe, please, I don't want you to go over hell. What was that hell? Let people know, please.
No, the abuse.
What type of abuse?
It was more of verbal and emotional.
So it didn't hit you?
No.
Okay.
You don't call it like that because every woman will think, oh, it's normal.
It's
it
not
was my
normal.
fault. You don't know that then. You don't know that then until you speak to the right people. You'll be like, oh, so I'm being abused. Oh, right. Oh, is that what it is? No, you think, oh no, he's angry. It's my fault. I cooked late. Or I did not clean the house today. Or this is happening. Or no, I should not argue with my husband. Yeah, I was not arguing.
You should be submissive.
Yeah, but the submission then was be the carpet.
Yes.
Not. We can exchange and have communication and talk to each other.
Yes.
So it got to that point where, oh, years and years, and you're crying and you have to dress up all the time and look like the fine chick out there with the baby mama, because when we go to parties, he will leave me in one corner with the kids.
My God.
And do him, And all these women will always look at me and what's this little girl? And I have that baby face and I'll have that baby face for life. I know now. Yeah, but you will not understand. When one auntie or big sister will come and be telling you that, is there no better? And now I was stuck in that paper thing. That thing where, my kids are now British. I'm in the process. I'll get there one day. 2.5, 2.5, 2.5.
4. It was 4 then.
That counting. Forget about that counting. It will put you in a jail. It will put me. It put you in a mental jail. The amount of women I've heard the story from.
Yes.
That stay in that. How will I my paper?
What will I do?
I was there. Forget paper. It's not a reason to.
No, it's not.
And then it got to the point where one day social workers stormed at my house. And they had rang the police already, and they had given me a choice. They were like, we're gonna have to take your kids away. We have to protect your kids, so you have to choose.
You can come with the kids.
Your kid, he goes, he lives, or you stay with your kids. if that day didn't happen, I don't know if I would have ever found the strength, you know.
Be able to detach.
Ha!
Mother's love for her kids.
And you know, the man was like, no, they can go. Like,
huh?
Yeah, like
he said the kids can go.
Me and my kids, I should take my kids and go out of the house.
Really?
And shelter and all them, because they had given options and like we can go for shelter. And that day, I've never been
didn't care.
So afraid. You know, when you're afraid of,
my God.
Oh, my life is finally breaking. Oh, I'm falling. Oh, I'm in shambles. Oh, nothing. You know, ground zero. He packed my children's passports, my passports.
Vindictive man, innit?
Left birth certificates, everything. Took everything with him. And come and see me. You know, that I think God needed me to go through that, because the warning signs were, he had given me
and you were
too
not listening.
Many. I stayed in it 10 years.
Oh, wow.
I did not shake, you know, like that was the wake up call. The day I called my mother, shame, but I knew there was no other woman I can call.
Who else? Shout out to moms, man. You guys are the greatest.
The MVPs. Because that one, she was like, what do we need to do now? So he had been threatening me with divorce and, I've become too rebellious, I'm growing wings, I'm growing this. He hears I'm sleeping around, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. You know, when one man is tired of you, wants to
they will look for an excuse to get rid of you.
He had sent the divorce. I had the divorce papers in my WhatsApp. I was not signing them because I was like, you know, when you want to think of a plan but your brain is even blocked. That's the day I signed the divorce paper. I was like, you want divorce?
There you go.
Let me sign it. I sent it to my mom and she was like, I'll pay for the lawyers. I'll get everything. Anything you want,
I'll do it.
I'll pay for it. I divorced back from Cameroon while being in the UK. Paid, it cost me almost, £1,000. I did not pay 1 penny. My mom was ready. She was like, right, what do you want to do with your life now? Blank. I did not know anything. Social workers are not always bad. The ones I had, because I think that was the time where I had to be honest with what I was going through, what it was called, and the actual, you're an abusive, you were abused. You're an abuse survivor. That's what they called it, because when they would tell you like if this happens in this instant, how would he react, what would he do? There's papers they tick and tick and tick, and my score was so high, so I was high risk. Abused. I did not even know. Thank God he never got physical, because for me I thought the day we'll get physical, maybe I'll go to jail, because you either eat rat poison or something like that. I did not say anybody should go and do that though. I was just, thoughts. I was in care then, so I had access to all sorts of medication, but I was desperate, but not desperate enough to come out. And then the social worker started saying to me, right, okay, what do you want to do? And girl, I had no passport. I couldn't even prove how I got to this country anymore because he had taken everything. And there was now an injunction in place where he could not come to the house. I could not see him. I could not speak to him. How do I get my papers? Social workers put me in contact with lawyers. And from there, I had to build a case. And, you know, women don't know this, but verbal abuse has a prison sentence.
I didn't know that. Wow, I didn't know that.
Harassment, because I jumped so many parts. He had tracked my car. I had a tracker in my car.
What?
To now track where I went. I had recording devices in the house, in my car, in my phone.
What?
So every time I'll cry to my mom and think I'm talking to my mom only, he was
hearing everything
of the line. And that's what made him more bitter. I got to understand that's why he was getting bitter and bitter and bitter, because he now had that hearing in my conversations and my cry for help, and I was looking like the nice wife at home and everything.
Like, she was talking to her mother about me.
Exactly. Which is where the divorce he was asking for divorce from. And when he asked for divorce, thank God for the fact that he did, because he gave me full custody of my daughters. Good on him for that. And
good.
He said he does not want to have anything to do with us. He does not want anything to do with me. He will show me. And the way my life had just gone into shambles out there, like I'm sleeping around. This is who I am. That was not even my focus. My focus was that I have no identity. I have no purpose. So
where am I now?
I have nothing to myself, you know. And out of nothing, I was able to build a case, and they said to me, right, the day you want, if you want to press charges, this is 2.5 years, harassment is this is this. And I said to myself, you're still the father of my kids, you know. No matter how hurt you are as a woman, don't become bitter and wicked.
That's it. You know, people always miss that. That's it.
Once you get to that place, you've lost, because regardless of what you do, it's not making up for the lost time and everything you've lost on the way.
Absolutely.
It does not. Trust me, it will never do. Belted case. Oh, I worked like a prisoner that time, because my stay then had to cost me about £8,000.
Wow.
Carer, NHS. I will work and work. The amount of babysitters I took for my kids.
Shift after shift after shift.
I mean, I could only work nights, because daytime I don't function during the day usually then, because I was so used to night shifts. So I would do like 5 nights in a row, 7 nights in a row, 6 nights in a row, rest 2 nights, I remember this time there's a week I did 14 nights in a row.
Oh my God.
It was the final week I had to pay. And that week is when I met my actual husband.
Oh, bless.
And then we were talking, and then the first time he came round to the house, he helped me cut the grass, because I had given up on life, you know, like.
You just know when a man is just sent to compensate you know.
He was like, oh, I'll do your garden. I was like,
really?
Do my garden. Okay. I don't have machine and anything. He said, no, he has everything.
You bring it.
Everything. And he realized I was stressed, but I was not at that point. I was not looking for man. I was not even wanting to hear about anything like that. I was like, I need to sort myself out. My children don't even have passports, birth certificates, you know. And he said to me one day, why are you always looking so stressed? You're always working. What's wrong? And I said to him, this is what's going on. I have about £1,000 left to pay for my papers. And that was on the phone. And he said to me, is that all? Is that all that's stressing you? So you're stressed for £1,000. I was like, no, it's not. It's just that I don't even know if it will go through, because I'm paying. Then it has to go to Home Office to decide if my case holds.
Yes.
So that is what is stressing me. I have no life. I'm working. I'm even illegal, to be honest. Like my paper, someone had reported me to immigration already to say I'm not married to this woman anymore. You people should come and
take her away.
Whatever you want to do with her and all that. So. Guy sent me £1,000.
Wow.
And he said to me, if that's what's stressing you, sort your papers.
Wow.
Application came out that day when they gave me indefinite leave.
How did you jump?
I don't remember. I laid, you know when you fall, I laid on the floor and I felt like, hey, man is not God though.
No!
I was like, So I've detached myself from this man I thought is giving me oxygen in this country.
Whereas it was not even nothing.
And he has reported me to immigration.
Regardless.
And my children, no papers, nothing. And then this. And the thing is, they fast forwarded my opportunity to apply for a British passport.
Wow.
You know, so in every wound came a blessing for me. Then my now husband, we became closer friends, and he started structuring my house. You know, when a man is just like, no, the kids cannot sleep at this time. You know, like I had given up on life. I was just like, oh, kid wants to stay up, let them stay up.
You were too tired from the shift.
Exactly. Whatever people should do, you know. And then he'll be there. He was really putting order in my house, shaping our lives. And then I met his children, his kids, and we got to like each other. I was getting into his life, and he was getting into our life. And I was just telling him, Uncle, I'm not ready to play. I don't have energy. I don't have time. I don't have space. So if you want to try, dabble, blah, blah, I don't want that. My kids will not see one man now and then another 6 months. No, I don't. I'm not ready for that. If you want, let's do friendship first. See if it works, fine. But don't come here and act like you're man of the house, and then in 6 months I'll not know where you are and all that, you know. And wow, it's been what, 5 years now? The state.
Oh wow!
But you know, when you meet a different version of a man
that you used to be with,
it's day and night.
Absolutely, I agree with you 100%. There's no middle. You will know that this one is different from this.
That one. A man who will tell me, right, you have this MBA, you have this, what do you want to do with your life? You know, like have proper conversations.
Yes,
and
that supports your growth.
Put me to face where I was in life. I was nowhere. And then he used to say to me, do you not know you have more to offer? You know, a man that will build, I say self-esteem was at -0.
And he built
self-love -0. And then all of a sudden a man shifts a throne for you to just sit and be a queen.
Be the queen that you were always.
That I've always been. That was buried, that had been buried and locked and key had been thrown. You know, and then you grow to the point where I was still doing NHS, but at least NHS in a level whereby he'll push me to do trainings and educate myself more. And then we got to the point where it's like, why don't you do nursing? I was like, yeah, well, actually, why don't I do nursing? And I thought, I'm not dumb. I know that now. So I registered for my nursing. I started my nursing. I was excelling. Like first year flew by, second year flew by. And then came the time I was like, I then told him, do you even know I don't have birth certificates for my kids? I was like, how come? And he said to me, do this, call the council, tell them this, tell them that.
It's 30
I did not know.
£30 or £25, they'll give you a new copy.
Yeah, and they posted it. I was like, oh, that easy. And I said, oh, what about passports? Because what you don't know, you don't know. Some women are being kept in darkness.
Oh my God.
It's a sin. And then he said to me, no, call immigration, tell them this. I called immigration. The worst part, when they said to me, you will have to contact the father of these kids and say, I said, I'm not doing that one. That's the one. If you guys know what's good for me,
you will not tell me to contact him.
I cannot. So find a way, you find me passport for these kids. And then he was like, okay, do you have any proof of what you're saying? I gave him all the reference number from social workers, from the police, from whatever. I said, feed yourself. 2 weeks, passports
arrived
at my post.
Hey!
At my house. You know, I was like, this life is looking good though.
When you have a man,
be careful who you marry.
Be careful who you marry, who you call your king, who is the captain of your ship. Because they can ship you into the lagoon.
One dark ocean like that.
Or they can ship you into, you know.
And then you meet Amanda. When I got that passport, I was like, what will I even do with this passport? I need to fill these pages. You know, when I like traveling. As a kid, my mom would take us on holidays to expensive places. So I grew in that lifestyle. And then you go and meet someone that just
snuffs out your fire.
Oh yeah, you just become a ghost of yourself. And then you meet the one now that would be like, where do you want to go? Should we travel? And then we're always traveling, and then he always wants to travel. I was like, I have the passport. Let me be filling the stamps on the pages, you know? And an amazing man, hardworking, and he will always encourage me. When I feel like I've done enough, he always push me, like, you can do more. You can do more. And a man that believes in me so much, like, and that's where my self-esteem just built up. You begin to feel, you start feeling like a lioness. You start feeling like, oh, I can accomplish this. Oh, I can do this.
Yeah,
oh, I can do
because
that.
I'm going to say something. The first day I met you, you were so confident. You know, you came up to me, and I deem myself to be quite confident as well. Like, I can walk into a room, I don't need to know anybody, I'll be fine. But you were like, just came up to me, hi, you know, you were just, I was like, you were so upfront. I was like, oh, I like her energy.
I was not always like that though, but
so it's amazing to see. Like, I can't reconcile your story with, but it just shows your growth, which is amazing, and you know, it's really inspiring, and I'm sure this will really inspire a lot of people.
It is. And then obviously fast forward, we were in jobs. He was a social worker, and I was a carer, a nursing student then, and then I did a training that made me senior support worker, and then I just realized actually I'm not settling. Because I always want more. There's always something, I feel like I'm not satisfied. I feel, you know, and the more I'll tell him that, and he's that type of person as well. He always wants to do more. And we are always after the lavish lifestyle. So you need the money to match the lifestyle.
Yes, so you know, your brain is always in overdrive.
Yeah. And then after trying, I left the nursing at the end of the second year. My brother passed away, to be honest. And I thought, thank you. And I thought, I can't even do this. I don't even want to do it anymore. Like, you know. And then the pay was becoming like, what? No, for nurses. And I got this job as an executive assistant. I was applying for fun. You know, when you're applying, you think, oh, I fit all these skills. I have that. Okay, let me apply. And they called me, and the job, it was great. It was for a CEO of a renowned company. And I loved it, to be honest. Like, I'm good with organization, and I enjoyed it. I was planning the live. once in a while I'll go buy jewelry for his wife. I'll plan his daughter's swimming lessons, blah blah blah. But still, you get to that point where like, I'm not there yet. It's not working. And then I just decided. There's some mornings I did not go to work just because I felt like I'm not doing this, you know. And I lost the job. I was sacked, to be honest. I was like,
yeah, you gave up on it already.
Yeah, I was like, they were like, Cecile, you're not being serious. And I was like, oh, I apologize. I'm going through stuff. And I was not going through anything. I was just going through a crisis where I was like, I don't want to work for anybody anymore. And lost that job. And that's the day we sat with my husband. It was around April, early last year. No, January, early last year. Yeah. 2023 at the end, like the middle of July, and we came with ideas. We're like, why don't we open businesses? I have this skill, this talent. I love this. Why don't you make all our skills into businesses? We love money. We love the good life, and we want to give our kids the good life.
Yeah.
And that's how we came up with our cleaning company name. It was at the dinner, actually, 31st of July, his birthday. I took him to dinner. 2023, we came up with the name, and we did not do anything with it. 5 months down the line, we were still battling our jobs and
oh my god!
You know, I got an HR job then because I was just dabbling. I have all these skills. I said, let me go and try HR. They gave me a 6-month contract. It not even lasted 4 months. I was like, nah. Me again in job. What am I even doing? And then December, for fun, I registered the company. I said, you remember the name? We chose it, Flair and Finesse, and then registered the company. That was company number 1. And we started signing up clients, like advertising, marketing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, it's working. Oh, we're making money. Oh, on my terms. Look at this. I can sleep till 10. And I started getting employees. I put an advert out on Indeed. And then I did some interview. I was like, oh, I'm being a boss lady. I can do interviews now. Okay. I was like, oh, you drive? To like, no, no,
you're not. Yeah, you're not
the cut. So, and as we met, we started with residential cleans. I did the cleans myself sometimes. People will not think I can clean some, but I did cleans.
You have to fill in if you've got a contract to fulfill and you don't have staff.
But people don't believe it when you say to someone, yeah, I used to clean. I'm not a cleaner. I own the company that cleans for you, you know. And then because I can be feisty sometimes, I don't take nonsense. Because I had a lot of these clients, especially the Asians. I'm not being biased or anything, but I did have bad encounters where, because they think they're paying you,
so you're their slave,
and you're a slave, and you start. I was like, and one said to me once, I think I need to report you. Report to who? To me. Okay, report me to me.
Report me to me.
Let me be hearing what I've done now. Like, oh, what did she say again to me? She was like, I'm too, I work faster than I'm supposed to because I finished before time and I still want to be paid the full price. And I was like, it's not my fault. Is the job done? Yes. Is it well done? Yes. Okay, pay me, let me go. Yeah. She thought I was in an agency because I had made t-shirts, I had made like the jumpers with the logo, and I put my name at the back, and she thought, oh, what is this man walking around with so much pride and everything? It's my company. What do you want me to report to and all that? So we lost a lot of good clients. Or we used to go for millionaires. We had clients that were billionaires even. But your billion does not scare me. And that's what I need to say to some women. Don't shrink yourself. Yeah, don't minimize yourself to fit into for anything or conform to anybody. No, you will be locked in there and the key will be thrown and forgotten. When you know who you are and you know where you're going in life, I said to myself, I will know what I'm building with this company. If I need to go clean your toilets to get paid and go on my holiday when I want to, so be it, and feed my kids and pay my bills, so be it. It's a starting point because we want to start, we always jump steps, and we are afraid of the foundation. And that's key. And that's the key, because if you miss the foundation, no matter how you look out there, forget it. It does not look, it's not anything. The building is shaky. So I did all that and then got into hosts, serviced accommodations, and with that, some guy was telling us, oh, I think you can manage my properties. Do you want to try? And that's how I got into properties and property management. And then I said to my husband, with the way we know HMRC in this country, SIC codes and all this, you can't have one company running different things. So we opened one company that was now involved in property management, and then investors, helping investors. And then we got to the point where we decided, let me get educated in it. So we do this right. It was costly. Oh, we will have the money coming in, and we'll pay the education and pay this and pay that, because I got to love it. And in that, we had a client that decided to say, because I used to criticize a lot of the way their houses looked, and one said to me, well, I'm getting a new house, it's empty. Do you want to decorate it? Because I was selling myself somewhere as a decorator, interior decorator, designer, and all that. That was the third company that I opened, because I was like, she was like, where do I send the money to? Do you have a business bank account
for this and all of that?
And within 2 days, I had registered a company, I had opened a business bank account, and I declared myself as an interior designer. Yeah. And that was my first contract. She paid so much money. Wow. And she was so happy. And I cried that day. I was like, see all the skills and that you have, you know, and you were hiding it, and someone had suppressed everything. And then the love for my hair styling came back. And I opened, I have a page on Google where I did pay for that, and getting clients once in a while when I can fit them, but at least it's running. I have a hair business out there, and so it's just building one thing. Talk
to us more about the hair business. So what type of hair do you, is it braids? Is
everything,
it weaves?
Everything Afro.
Do you
I got
do
certified
cuts as well?
I do cuts. I don't do coloring because I refuse to learn that. You don't joke with people's hair. Once it's gone, it's gone. You go to cuts for hair in this country. So I thought, I'm brave, but not this brave, because you don't play with Caucasian women. They would drag you to court for blonde that was supposed to be brown. Yeah. So yeah, anything braids, weaves, name it. Afro hair, Ghana braids, I do. I'm good with that. I got all the certifications and all that. And now I feel it's never enough, but you feel in a place where like you matter. Yes. And you can
your voice counts and you can empower.
Yeah. I did coaching lessons because I felt like I was not going to regain my voice just because my husband says, oh, you're this, you're that. I had to soak myself back in a place where I was being talked to, that I'm worth it, that I matter, that I have a voice, that I can be listened to, that I can empower, I can coach, I can motivate, you know. And when I've met women that have a similar story to mine, I've always been able to drag them out of there, shake them off a bit, ruffle them up a bit, because you need it.
We do need
I had no one then to do that. Yeah. I don't think I would have listened if they had, but you always try, you know. So that's the journey to me now, and I'm building a day at a time. I'll never say I've arrived anywhere, because you never learn enough.
You never finish.
You develop every day. And when I joined the Global Women where we met,
I was just going to say that. Let's touch on Global Women's Club where we met.
Yeah, because I used to think, me, that friendship has beaten. It has not beaten me enough. Let me. I started a group of women in Manchester where I thought we're building each other. We're going to go to each other's houses once a month, gather, build each other up, motivate each other, and all that. I was the vice president, and there was a president just because, just because. I don't even know why, I can't explain. And that group only survived with me in 2 years. It's still going on, but with my ideas and my vision. And I realized I only came out of it because too much hypocrisy, toxicity, fakeness, I don't stand. I'm sorry, I can't deal with it. I want to be able to say to you, you've hurt me, and you say, I'm sorry.
And we move on.
We're not kids, we're not in primary or nursery where you'll be like, oh, but you said you did it. And it went on for 2 years, and I came out of it. And I've been looking, you know, when you have that hunger to just meet like-minded women? Yes. Because I felt like the place I've built my mind to,
I don't need nobody pulling me.
There is and the women that I see around me are going to drag me down. So let me look.
Be like, you know what? I need somewhere where I want to be the lowest where I am, so I can learn and move on. That's it.
And I saw the advert one day. I'm like, what is Global Woman and all this nonsense? Let me go and see. I'm sure it's expensive or one scam or something, you know. And I just paid the £50 for the event, and I loved the spirit. It was like, So there's things like this for women. We can actually, you do your thing, I do
my
mine.
thing. We
So if
shop
you're
with
doing
each other. I
something,
support you.
I come for you. And that's why when you talked about your show, I was like, girl, I'm in. You know, because I do not have that complex. I don't have it. It's a complex, and you need to be delivered. If
you're suffering from it, be delivered from
you
it.
Need to deliver.
God help you.
Yes, you need help because you are you. There is only one you.
Only one.
What God has put in you.
Nobody else has it.
You cannot have it elsewhere. You cannot duplicate it. I don't see why we feel the need to envy,
snuff out each other for you to. It's not necessary.
No. So any woman that has, I will take you as a sister. I'll take you the way you take me. I will be there for you. You're there for me. That's all we expect. We do not have to become besties and all that, but I respect you. You respect me. And you're doing something great. And when you said that, I was like, can I come? You know, I have things to say. You know,
you do have a lot to say. Honestly, I'm so blessed that you came. You know, we are blessed that you came. Your story is really inspiring. So to round this up, what's next for you now? What do you want to tell people about you? Sell yourself. Where can they find you? You've touched somebody. You are a coach. You know, let us know where to find you. Tell us your socials and all the necessary information.
I'm Cecile Ngounou on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Instagram. Anywhere, all the social. I'm on TikTok. I'm still struggling. You know, social media and me, we're not friends. I do my WhatsApp status. That was my limit. But since I got into business, I got that thing where one of my mentors said to me, if you don't go out on social media, no one will trust you, no one will know you. And property investment requires you to be known and trusted.
Yep, they need to know where to find you.
Nobody will come and pay you 10,000 to go and find in my house when you don't exist on social media.
Exactly.
You know? So yeah, those are my handles, and any requirements, flat, house, mansion, whatever, name it, I do that and I find it.
Brilliant, guys. You heard it from here. Please go to Cecile's page, sign up on all the socials, jump into her inbox. Yes. Let her find you that dream home.
Yes.
You know, she's good at that. Will I get a commission? It's been amazing having you on the show. I'm so pleased. So your story is relatable, is motivational, is inspiring, and I'm so grateful that the universe aligned and you came into my hobbit and I came into your hobbit.
Well,
so,
yes.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Right, guys, that's it. You're amazing! And that's a wrap from Kitchen Table Gist, where the gist is always hot and the stories are always real. Catch you next time. Toodles!